Let's start by taking a deep breath in and then exhaling as we flow the chi down through the body and into the earth. And again, inhale and exhale, allowing the energy to travel and transmute from the head through the center and down into the earth. Just grounding, centering, connecting on your exhale here with the breath and with your body, with your legs and feet and the earth. Lifting the sky, you're going to inhale and interlock your fingers, reaching up to eye level all the way to the sky, extending and then releasing and fully relaxing down as you exhale. Again, inhaling up, scooping the chi. Your arms extend at eye level and then all the way up to the sky, but your eyes are facing forward there as you exhale down to the ground. Again, inhaling, extend, looking up, and then looking forward, getting a nice stretch in the back of your neck, and then exhaling all the way down. Here's a side view. Watching those hands right until you reach the top, and then exhaling all the way down. Remaining nice and long and feeling that chest really open up right here and the back of your neck open up as you extend your arms and float them with an exhale to the earth. Again, inhaling, scooping up that chi, then pushing it out, lifting instead of stretching, and then releasing softly down to the earth. This next practice is called draw the bow and shoot the arrow. You want to take the horse stance, which is legs a little bit wider than hip distance. Nice and bouncy in your knees and loose fists as you inhale to one side. And then you extend that hand as you pull back and exhale. And then inhale and return through the center to the other side. You're lining up your shot as you inhale and you're looking through the thumb and the first finger like you have a target in mind. And then you're exhaling and releasing, keeping everything nice and soft. Inhale, setting up the target. Exhale, straight across, not bringing your elbow too far back. You're going to keep everything in alignment. So let's look at that from the side view. As you set up again, it's as though your back is against a wall. Everything is straight. Exhale. And then you inhale again as you look through your hand and feel that extension through your hand and fingertips. Feel it through the front of your chest and the fronts and backs of your arms as you do that. And then as you release that engagement and relax fully. Inhale, setting up, and exhale, pulling back. And release. Back to center. This is connecting heaven to earth. So stand about hip distance apart. And you're going to, on your inhale, scoop up the chi. And on your exhale, you're going to press down to heaven as you press up to earth. And then you're going to release and exhale, having both hands meet back at your center, and then return. Inhaling again. Pressing down with one hand as though you're pressing into the earth. The other is lifting the sky. And then reconnecting with that. Exhale. And there's a mosquito bite. So inhaling and opening up that chest. And it's as though when you're pressing down with that earth hand, it's as though you're pressing into a wall behind you. So you want to feel a little bit of imaginary resistance, just as the energy is providing some resistance underneath your hand and the top of your hand. Another thing to remember is just don't twist when you're doing this. It may be a temptation to twist to the side, but you really want to keep your stance nice and open and forward. Exhale. Returning to center. And again, inhaling, pressing the earth, lifting the sky, and then softening, returning back to center. Good. For wise owl turns back, you are going to inhale and flex your hands. And then as you exhale, you're going to be exhaling from your ankles, knees, hips, chest, shoulders, all the way back to your head. And then inhale and release. So again, inhale, exhale, as though you're emptying out all the chi from the ground up. And it is a consecutive movement, and then you kind of return as you need to inhale. So inhale, and then exhale. Inhale. Again, exhaling, thighs, hips, shoulders, head. Release into the inhale. You want to imagine that you're kind of, it's like squeezing out a sponge. So you're squeezing out old chi. And then as you snap back, you're kind of filling yourself with fresh, energizing chi. So again, exhaling from the ground up, ending with the neck and head. And then inhale, nice fresh chi. Next sequence is shake the head, wag the tail. So you're going to place your legs, your feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart for this one. And then you're going to make loose fists and use your thumbs to press in on your lower lumbar, which are some kidney points. And as you bend over, you're going to empty your rear leg of energy and then go into your back bend. And then exhale down, keeping your back flat. And turn to the other side, emptying the back heel. And then turning back into a back bend, moving forward on your exhale. And what you want to keep in mind with this is staying nice and square and stable in your center before you attempt the back bend. Always keeping your back not at hip level, a little bit higher than hip level. And then as you return You just keep that stance nice and strong so you have a really good foundation for moving. This is nice for the kidneys as well as the heart. You're doing that wonderful back bend, so it's balancing for fire and water. Next, we have touch the sky and press the earth. So you're going to take a nice big inhale up and then exhale, washing chi down through your chest, diaphragm, landing right there on your diaphragm, and then moving your arms right back to your kidneys and allowing your hands to travel all the way down the back of your legs, around the front of your toes, inside your legs, and then returning right there to your abdomen again. Inhaling up, gathering the chi, exhaling down into the belly where you rest your hands. Softly moving those hands to your back and then down the backs of your legs as you reach forward with the top of your head, around your toes, tracing inside of your legs, and then making a nice circle at your center. So let's look at this from the side. So inhale up, and then exhale. This is very soothing for the nervous system as you just let your breath land in your belly, and then allow your hands to travel to your lower back. And as you reach forward, just bend, like fold over. And the way you do that is you put your weight into the back of your heels so that you're folding instead of rolling. So inhale up and exhale. Nourishing the chi at your stomach and your kidneys, down the backs of your legs, your bladder, inside your legs, your bladder meridians, and then back to rub your belly. Inhaling up and exhale. Resting on the belly. Warming up the lower back and feeling the warmth travel down the backs of your legs, heels, toes as you fold and reach forward with your head. So you're keeping that back flat as you're tracing the inside of your legs and then returning to center. Next, we're taking on punching with angry eyes, which is good for liver chi and anger. So first you kind of lift up the chi as though it's grapefruits. That's our setup. So inhale. And then as you exhale, imagine you're pouring out all the frustrating chi. And then as you inhale, you are spiraling your hand in and pulling the good chi back into you. And then again, the other side, exhale. And at the end of your exhale, you're at the very bottom of the pour, and then you're inhaling all the good chi as you spiral back in. Here's a side view. Keeping nice straight. Returning just to your side so that your hand always rests right underneath your rib cage. Exhaling and inhaling all the good chi back into the body. Again, exhale. Exhale at the very end there, and then inhale, pulling in new life force. Exhaling out any toxic frustration, anger, worry, and inhaling back your light energy, and then letting it settle. Okay, setting up for the final piece where you are lifting up the heels and just doing about 50% maybe of what you kind of lift, extend up to, just so you don't jar yourself. So choose what feels comfortable. And then you're gonna lift up your shoulders with that and then relax. And I like to allow a full breath cycle between these to occur. So again, lifting up to your toes, about 50%, scrunching your shoulders, and then letting it all go. And taking a nice breath cycle. Again, inhaling, scrunching up, and relaxing. This gentle vibration, you don't want it to be jarring. Just a nice gentle vibration. So here I'm showing you how far I'm going up on my toes. And then relax. Lifting up and down. And this is really nice for the spine, and it allows the practice to settle. Inhale and then exhale. And you can just allow the chi, the benefit of the entire practice, to be felt. And then maybe to close the practice, we'll take a nice inhale in and exhale, feeling that chi from this 8 pieces of brocade warrior practice flowing through the body, harmonizing everything.